Welcome back to Trojan Sports Now. Now the football team is entering its second bye week of the season, and why not? After a physically and emotionally draining game last Thursday night, where the Trojans pulled out a 28-21 victory over South Alabama, maybe the team needed to recharge the batteries before taking the field again. But just recapping the season, this is the third game of the 7 that the Trojans have played that's really gone down to the wire. In their matchup against Clemson, the Trojans were one play away from potentially being undefeated. Then on homecoming against Georgia State, the Trojans had to overcome an 11-point second half deficit to eventually win 31-21. And last week, bringing home the belt after falling behind the 8 ball, 14-0 and 21-13 at halftime to beat South Alabama. After this week's bye week, the Trojans will welcome in Coach Brown's alma mater, UMass, for a 2:30 kickoff time next Saturday at the Vet.
The women's soccer team seeded 8th in the Sun Belt Conference Championships, and they'll take on the number 1 seeded South Alabama Jaguars. Now, 3 weeks ago, it was this very soccer team coached by Jason Hamilton that started the streak of beating South. Then the football team followed suit, and then the volleyball team just Tuesday night in Trojan Arena kept it going. It's never an easy matchup when taking on your rival, and head coach Jason Hamilton knows that.
You know, for us, it's always a good game against South. We always get up for that game. They always get up for that game. It's been a 1-goal game the last 4 times we've played. You know, they're very similar situation to us. They didn't end the conference great. I think they're 3-3 in the last half of the conference. So, you know, they gave up 4 goals on Sunday and lost a tough game that if they won or tied, they would have clinched first place. So they had to kind of play that game and then find out if someone else helped them out to get that result. So, you know, you never know. It's a conference tournament, just like the conference games. Anybody could beat anybody on any day. So we just got to do everything we can do to be prepared and go out and fight.
November 2nd is the date. Foley, Alabama is the slated time and place for the two teams to clash. And the Trojans defeated South Alabama 1-0 back on October 7th.
Volleyball is coming off of a huge win in Trojan Arena on Tuesday night, defeating rival South Alabama, and now the Trojans are looking to close out their final weekend of home play on a good note. With 2 teams coming in on Friday and Saturday, head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick says that this is nothing new to his team.
You always want to win your senior match, and you know, right now we can only focus on App because that's the next one up. They're playing really well right now too, so it's going to be one of those battles that we have to just kind of worry about what we do. Coastal's really good, so for us to put, you know, the night before away and be totally prepared for them, you know, it's a little bit of a time crunch, but you know, we've had to do it earlier in the year, so we're honestly just concentrating on App right now. We're going to break down film tonight and tomorrow and try to get the team as ready as we can for Friday.
First up is Appalachian State on Friday. That matchup in Trojan Arena will get underway at 6 p.m. and then it's Senior Day on Saturday. You heard Sonny talk about the importance of winning on Senior Day, and so far the soccer team has won on Senior Day, and the volleyball team will look to do the same as they take on Coastal Carolina at 6 p.m.
And on Saturday, the cross-country team will compete in the Sun Belt Conference Championships. The championships will be raced down in Dothan, and it was a few weeks ago that head coach Elliot Blount said it felt like they had just gotten started on the course.
I think we've become pretty attached to that course as a unit. You know, we worked out there, we competed there a couple of times now after this weekend. So, you know, we're going to prime it and get it ready for the conference foes.
Sun Belt Conference Championships will be an all-day event and will kick off on Saturday.
And this weekend, the men's golf team will be competing on Kiowa Island in the Kiowa Classic. After senior Clayton Vanoy was named the Sun Belt Conference Golfer of the Week, he's looking to repeat a performance where he finished 7 under par at the Autotrader.com Classic. The Kiowa Classic goes from Saturday through Monday.
And as for Bart Barnes' women's golf team, after a 13th place finish at the Palmetto Intercollegiate, the Trojans now turn their sights towards the Idle Hour Collegiate Championship hosted by Mercer.
The women's tennis team will be back in action this weekend in the Roberta Allison Fall Classic in Tuscaloosa, hosted by Alabama. The men's tennis team will be in Charlotte for the UNCC Fall Invitational, hosted by the University of Charlotte. Both teams are coming off of competing in the ITA-USTA Regional Championships.
Well, that's all the time we have for Trojan Sports Now. Check us out online at youtube.com/TourTrojanVision to catch anything you missed.
For Jahmal Kennedy, I'm Ryan Renfrow. Thanks for watching, and as always,
go Trojans.